One of the first things that you think about when you get home from your fibroids appointment, they've just diagnosed you with fibroids and confirmed one of your worst fears is, well, how can I deal with this naturally? What can I do to shrink them or to get rid of them entirely? Like, what can I eat? What can I take? What can I start doing? Like, there must be something, right? Well, yes, there are some things that we can either stop doing or start doing to support our body back into wellness, but our doctors are never forthcoming with this information. Their focus is solely on treating symptoms and managing pain with surgeries and prescriptions, never on getting to the root cause of the issue. Whereas here on this channel, we do talk about root causes. We talk about lifestyle, nutrition, sleep, our environment, our culture, all of these things that are contributing to fibroids and this ease within our bodies, and how we can actually start to alleviate our symptoms and actually support our bodies back into health. Now, I'm not saying that having fibroids is your fault, that it's something that you've done or haven't done, but there certainly are things within our environment and our culture and our lifestyle that is contributing to a lot of the disease that is manifesting in our bodies. If you're here, I know that you want to take your health into your own hands. So that is what we're going to discuss today. We are talking about nutrition, foods that lower estrogen, that reduce inflammation, and that support our gut and liver health. All things that we need to support our bodies against fibroids. Now, if this sounds like music to your ears, definitely subscribe and like this video, and also head on over to the Hormone Sisterhood website because we talk a whole lot more about holistic hormone support there. Okay, so before we get into the foods that we should start eating to support our bodies against fibroids, let's talk about why food even matters. We have to start off by remembering that fibroids are abnormal growths in our uterus and they are sensitive to hormones, especially estrogen. I sometimes tell myself when the estrogen arrives, the fibroids thrive, because that is essentially what it is. Too much estrogen is like a playground for fibroids. There are certain studies that suggest that there are particular foods that can either support fibroids or make them worse. We covered some of them in my previous video. So any foods that help to lower estrogen, support our progesterone levels, reduce inflammation, balance our blood sugar, and even support our liver and gut with eliminating excess estrogen, those are the foods that we need to be eating. Now, what are some of those foods, I hear you wondering? Well, let's focus on 5 foods in particular today. We're not going to try and overwhelm ourselves by looking at 101 different foods. Let's just focus on 5 and understand why these foods are really supportive for our fibroid health. Number 1 is cruciferous vegetables. This entails kale, cauliflower, broccoli, cabbage, and even our favorites, Brussels sprouts. Now, these vegetables contain a compound called DIM, and DIM is pivotal for helping our bodies metabolize or process estrogen and helping our bodies get rid of excess estrogen. They also support liver health, and liver health is crucial if you're experiencing estrogen dominance, which is usually the case if you have fibroids or conditions like endometriosis. So make sure that you're getting your daily dose of cruciferous vegetables. I like to steam mine as opposed to eating them raw. It's just easier on the gut. It also helps retain a lot of the nutrients that are in those vegetables. You know, like adding heat to food usually destroys a lot of the nutrients. So lightly steam your cruciferous vegetables and ensure that you're eating them on a daily basis for fibroid health and overall wellness. The second food group is high fiber foods. Now, this looks like lentils, beans, oats, quinoa, flax seeds, chia seeds, all of that good stuff. Now, fiber is a fibroid girlie's best friend because essentially it binds to excess estrogen that is in our gut, and it helps to eliminate that excess estrogen from the body as opposed to it being reabsorbed into our bloodstream and then recirculating back all throughout our body. The fiber helps that excess estrogen and any toxins that you have that are also making your fibroids worse, it carries them all through your digestive system, through your stools, which means that it's eliminated from your body as opposed to being recirculated and then making your fibroids even worse. So fiber is a girl's best friend, honestly, when it comes to estrogen dominance and estrogen clearance. I try to have fiber now with every meal because it's just so crucial. And I used to be like so constipated before. Like I only used to go toilet about 2 times a week or even once a week sometimes, like a couple of years ago. So I know that estrogen dominance and a lack of fiber were definitely contributing to my hormonal imbalance situation. So fiber is honestly your best friend when it comes to becoming more regular and helping your gut remove a lot of those excess estrogens that may be in your body that are contributing to your fibroids and your hormonal imbalance. By the way, if you're taking notes and are struggling to keep up, don't worry, I have all of my notes on the Hormone Sisterhood blog. I've typed everything up for you there so you have all the notes from this video. Just head on over to the link in the description box and it will take you straight to the blog post. So thank me later. Now, the third food group that we should be eating if we have fibroids and want to shrink them naturally or help them dissolve naturally also are antioxidant rich foods. Now, they are called antioxidants because they help our body combat against oxidative stress. Now, oxidative stress is when the cells in our bodies get damaged by unstable molecules called free radicals. They get damaged because there's not enough antioxidants around to protect those cells. This kind of damage is worrying because it can lead to things like inflammation, DNA changes, and even chronic conditions like fibroids, endometriosis, and thyroid disorders. So look for where you can add antioxidant-rich foods to your diet. These are things like berries, dark leafy greens, beetroots, ginger or turmeric. Add these to your meals or to soups or to your smoothies even. I put those in my smoothies. These foods are anti-inflammatory and also support our immune system and liver, which are both directly and indirectly connected to fibroids. Now, since fibroids are linked to inflammation, the more antioxidant foods we have in our diet, the more we are increasing our chances of shrinking our fibroids and dissolving them naturally. Truly, they're so important in our fight against fibroids and protecting our body overall and our hormonal health overall as well. So I've dropped in the inflammation word there. We can't talk about inflammation today without talking about omega-3 rich foods. Now, oily fishes are a great source of omega-3s, things like wild salmon, tuna. But if you're like me and you're not really the hugest fan of fish, or if you're plant-based, maybe you're vegan, you can get your omega-3s from chia seeds, flax seeds, walnuts. Omega-3s are powerful anti-inflammatory fats. They are so good when it comes to reducing pain and inflammation, heavy cramping, all of the symptoms that we usually experience with fibroids. They're just so good in supporting hormone balance in a healthy, balanced and gentle way. Now, the common advice you see is that you should get about 2 to 3 servings of oily fish each week in your diet. But again, if you're not the hugest fan of fish or you're a vegan, try and get about 1 tablespoon of flax seeds or chia seeds in your diet. I like to add mine to my smoothies. It's just nice and easy to ground them up. Simple. Bob's your uncle. But yeah, just get them into your diet whatever way that you can and supplement if you feel like your diet just isn't nutritious enough. So we are whizzing through these 5 food groups and that's exactly what I want. I don't want this to be complicated for us to implement. This should hopefully feel achievable and realistic for you. So the 5th and final food group that we're focusing on today is liver supporting foods. Now think things like dandelion root tea, lemon water, garlic, and even parsley. Our liver is so important when it comes to hormonal health. It's our body's main detox organ, so it's crucial for eliminating a lot of that excess estrogen that many of us face when we have fibroids. Liver supporting foods are crucial for helping our liver function properly. Some people like to start their day with lemon water or put in like parsley in water, like mint water essentially. My go-to is dandelion root tea. I drink that every night. I mix it in with some other herbs as well. But just choose your herb or your method of choice. Ensure that you're supporting your liver function because again, it is crucial for us fibroid girlies even endometriosis girlies, those of us who are struggling with hormone dependent conditions. Now, I'm going to leave you with a bonus tip because I think it's only fair of me, but water is also crucial for fibroid health and helping our bodies dissolve fibroids and shrink them naturally. Water and being adequately hydrated is crucial to our body's elimination process of excess estrogen. It helps those excess hormones travel through our body through our urine and through having regular bowel movements. So if you are constipated, like I chronically was, drink your water. We want to keep everything moving regularly and at pace, and water can be your best friend when it comes to that. Aim for about 2 litres a day, and remember that many foods and herbal teas contribute to your daily water intake as well. So there you have it. I told you that this list wasn't going to be too difficult. Honestly, it is best to start off small, start with the basics, and then gradually work your way up from there. Never try to overwhelm yourself by trying to make too many changes at once. We need to be focusing on realistic, sustainable changes, and that is what the Hormone Sisterhood membership is all about. We focus on making lifestyle changes that become long-term habits, and we also focus on the holistic picture of fibroids and hormonal wellness. So again, it's not just about the foods we eat or don't eat. It's also about our sleep, it's our culture, how much stress we're under, our movement. So many different elements go into this fibroid wellness journey and our overall health. So check out the website if you haven't done so already. Membership isn't open yet, but maybe by the time you're watching this video, doors will be open. This is a membership for us fibroid girlies, endometriosis girlies, PCOS girlies, those of us who are struggling with hormone related conditions. This is in-depth support to help you balance your hormones and return to wellness, essentially. Hormonal health and fibroid health is a holistic thing. So there are so many things that go into this, not only what I mentioned, but also other hormones that we haven't even touched upon today, like our thyroid hormones, cortisol, insulin. Hormones are interconnected, and often when one is out of sync or too high, it can have a knock-on effect on others. So again, to keep things simple, we just focus on food today, but know that there's a full holistic picture, which we explore a lot more on the Hormone Sisterhood website and in the membership itself. A lot of these changes that you make, they don't only help with fibroid health, but they also support things like endometriosis and PCOS and even thyroid imbalances and disorders. So know that when you're making these healthy lifestyle changes, you're not only improving your fibroid wellness, but you're also improving so many other parts of your health and your body overall. So it's really important that you try these things out and like diary, document what works for you. Like keep a journal so you can keep track of how your body feels and what patterns you notice, and then adapt your changes accordingly. I do hope that this list was helpful for you in terms of just getting clear about some of the foundational changes that you can make to the way that you eat to start changing how you feel, start alleviating a lot of those symptoms, and hopefully shrink your fibroids and dissolve them naturally. And again, there are so many other foods that I could have mentioned today, but the intent was to keep this video simple so that you can make some quick and immediate changes in your diet and hopefully start seeing improvements to your fibroids instantly. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you have fibroids or other hormone dependent conditions. And if you missed last week's video, which was about the foods we should avoid and stop eating if we have fibroids, you can check that out here. I'll leave the link in the description box. Thank you for watching, and I will speak to you soon.